Hey there, my name is John Soskovich. I am the founder and creative director here at Farm Marketing Solutions, and I've also been raising chickens for a number of years. I don't have all the answers, but I picked up some really good advice along the way, and I have a fair amount of experience. And I will use that for today's Ask Me Anything question that I got in from Laura Flake. Laura asked, help, this is our first winter with hens. We have 7 ladies who are 5 months old, no eggs yet. I watched your video on wintering, but we don't have power to our coop or run. We are in New Milford, which is the town next to me. And if I don't know if straw and wrapping the run and plastic is enough, I should have done more research. Please help. So this is for the beginning egg layer, but it comes with this stuff scales no matter what size barn or greenhouse or wintering situation you have for your egg laying birds. So this is going to be winter egg laying birds we're talking about here. To keep your birds happy and comfortable, you want to have the run well ventilated. So if their manure is building up at all and there's some ammonia, it is up and out of the coop and not sitting around for them to breathe in, because breathing in ammonia, not so good, and ammonia is very present in chicken manure. If you've ever smelled chicken manure, you'll know what I'm talking about. But on that same note, you want it well vented, but you don't want it drafty. Think about a down comforter. You get in your bed at night and you put that big down comforter. That's feathers. Chickens are wrapped in down comforters. That's chicken down, right? So they metabolize their food, they generate heat, and then they hold it in their feathers. But if there's breeze blowing across them, they're gonna get cold, and that's no good. So you want to minimize how much draft and how much air is moving across your birds, while balancing the fact that you need to get some of that air out of there in order for them to, be all right. Chickens really don't need much for supplemental heat. They need it to be dry more than warm. If you add in too much heat, and think like a chicken, not like a human here, they can stand colder temperatures than we can because of that downy blanket that they're wearing. You don't want it to get sub-zero in your coop. Adding a little heat then is probably a good thing if you can do it in a safe way. But they're going to generate some heat. That coop is going to generate some heat if you've got enough birds in it. A chicken's peak metabolic heat, which means that the body heat that they generate after they eat, is 5 hours after they're done their last meal. So before they go to bed at night, if you give them something a little higher energy, like some cracked corn or whole corn kernels or whole grains, they'll eat that, break it up in their gizzard, and then metabolize it, and they'll be generating more body heat, which means they're not pulling on fat and muscle reserves while it's the coldest period of night, if that makes sense. So right before they go to bed, give them a little extra food, and have food freely available throughout the day, and water, so that they can digest that food. Water and food go together. If letting their water freeze is no good, give me a little extra food, making sure they have plenty of clean water, keeping them dry, which means at times changing their bedding out or adding more hay or straw on top of their manure so things don't get really wet and gross in there. And then if you get into the topic of lights, there are solar powered lights, like henlight.com has a solar powered light with the timings worked out. If you're looking for productive birds in the winter, you want to give them like a 15-16 hour photo period. But if you're not worried about that so much, you can let them rest throughout the winter and just produce eggs as they will. At 5 months old, you still got another month before they would start laying anyways. And because there's not enough light around it's not piercing the light pierces their skin and hits their pituitary gland, and triggers hits the hypothalamus and triggers the pituitary gland to then release the hormone that would have them laying eggs. That is a natural evolutionary trait that if you were a chicken raising eggs in the wild, you wouldn't want to do it in the winter when your babies can freeze. You would want to do it in the summer when light and food and resources are prolific, and you're able to support a growing family. If you have any questions about raising chickens in the winter, I've certainly researched and learned a lot, and there's only so much I can cover in a 5-minute video. If you have any questions of your own, you can go to farmmarketingsolutions.com, head to the bottom of the front page, and answer the Ask Me Anything form, and I will get back to you at some point in the future with an AMA video just like this one. Tomorrow we are going to go to Kathy K, who has a question about rollout nest boxes. I have some serious thoughts on nest boxes for egg layers, and we're going to answer Kathy K's question tomorrow. And until next time, we'll see you out in the field.